Oh, yep. Yeah, guess who? Now, let's think. Oh, yeah, it's me. I'm back again. Right. This time, got a kit radio, a regen receiver. There's a kit, and it just come with the boards and the components. And, anyway, got it wired up. I just made up my own little case for it, as you can see. But I'll just give you a little. Anyway, that's just going on one of the broadcast stations. And I'll calibrate the dial. It's got 4 bands. Covers 1.3 to 2.5 on A, 3.2 to 5.6 on B, C 5.6 to 9.8 roughly, and D it's about 10 up to 18. Yeah, it covers, you know, like a few of the broadcast a few of the broadcast bands and a few amateur bands. Being a regen radio, obviously, as you probably know, you turn it into oscillation to listen on sideband. Yeah, it works pretty well. Anyway, I thought I'd just show it you. It's just 4:30 in the afternoon here. It's quite light. Well, it is light. It don't get dark till about 9:30. And that's just say on 15 point something megs. But I got the dial pretty accurate. I've done it with a signal generator, that one, and I've done each band. And I'll show you into the workings of it. Just turn it off a minute. Right, there's the coil board. It's got the 4 coils on there for the 4 different bands, and that's connected through to the main receiver board. Well, the the radio board. Yeah, I run it off a 9-volt PP3 battery, but I wired it so it can be used on the internal battery or external. Run it off 12 volts on the socket there, because this will run off up to 12 volts. This kit. Yeah, but for the output, it drives the speaker straight from the board, but I didn't find there was a great deal of volume there really, so I've put a little tiny amplifier in there, a little Chinese thing, and this also records as well. It's got a micro SD card in it, so if there's something good on shortwave, or I'm listening to somebody on sideband or something, I can just record them if I want to, just by hitting the button there and play them back whenever. So that's quite a good little feature really. Yeah, so you see it's all wired in. Done it as neat as I can. I've used screen cable to connect the like the variable capacitor to the coil board, and also through to the main board, and used 2-core screen to connect the volume control through to the main board, because it's got a longish run there, so it could pick up any hum or anything like that, you know. So then just put one of my RCA antenna sockets on the back, which mates up with all my stuff here, and yeah, it's pretty good really. Obviously you got to work at these things, you know, to hear stuff, especially on sideband. You got fiddling around with the regen to getting it the right setting and the fine tuning, but it's quite nice fine tuning on there. It uses a vari-cap system in parallel with the a normal tuning capacitor there. Yeah, and I've added just an on-off switch on top, obviously, and the little amplifier has to be switched off separate there, so I have to remember to turn that off. But it's got a rechargeable lithium battery in there, which lasts quite a while, and that's charged on the side there with 5-volt USB. So yeah, I did think of bringing it out and put a socket on the back, but I thought it's not worth it really. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, not a bad little radio really. I've been playing around with it. I got it running off the my main antenna G5RV, which is switched through my boxes here, through that one, and then through that one, through to the main aerial there. Goes through quite a few connections, but it seems to work anyway. Yeah, we've got a bit activity on 15 megs at the minute. The tuning, you know, obviously I've mounted the variable capacitor behind there, as you can see, and I've just obviously got bigger tuning knob as I could find, and I've used a cable tie there, just cut it to length as a pointer. And obviously that does 180 full swing, and then I've calibrated it in between, as you can see on the dial, and yeah, it's not far off really. I can leave it off and tune to where I know that broadcast station is going to be roughly, and it's near enough bang on really. And I say I've just used Dymo to label this up, but I could you know, in the future make a, you know, like a perspex front for it, so, you know, a front panel, and put a proper you know, dial on there. But yeah, I mean, it looks oldie schooly, doesn't it? Authentic, and it does the job really. That's the 4-wave bands, obviously, and yeah, the regen and the fine tuning. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I thought I'd just show you that, my latest addition to the shack. What else will I get? You never know. I've got another kit here, that KRC2, which I've done a couple of videos on. That's a nice little radio. That works well. That's a regen one as well, but that uses like an IF in it as well. They just add it a bit different to that one, but that works really well. You don't have to keep altering the regen every time you change frequency, like this one you do really. It's just a trait of the regen receivers, but that one they've done a different circuitry to it slightly, and that does away with that, but it's good. Yeah, okay then. Alright, well that's about it. I'm gonna, what's the time, 4:30, so the bands will be coming to life soon. Of course we're in May at the moment, 28th of May, so but once it starts yeah, 7:30, 8:30ish, you know, everything comes to life, doesn't it really, just before the old grey line comes over. So yeah, good. Anyway, right, I'm going to disappear, and I bet you're thinking, yeah, wish you would. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to go and see what I can listen to, and we'll catch you again on the next exciting video. I've got another radio coming, but I won't tell you what it is yet, and I'll do a review on that when I get it. Right, this is Kev G7ILP saying bye for now.